Mathematics, Advanced Subsidiary Level, Paper 2, 2024, Part 5. Question number 8. Sketch the graphs of y equals 3e to the power of x and y is equal to e to the power of negative x on the same axis. Give the coordinates of the intercepts where the graphs intersect the axis. Okay, where will you find it in the mathematics textbook? Now, this is very, very important that you just have a picture of these sketches in your mind. Okay, so in the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook, it's graphs of exponential functions. And you will find that on page 415. There on top is a very nice sketch. And it's looking like this. If I can just show you very quickly. Okay, so if this light, and I gave you in the book. So if you already have this picture in your mind, say for example, so it's okay. It's, no, don't have to be. It's more going gradually. Okay, and it's cutting there at 1. But say, for example, this is y equals 2 to the power of x. And if it's, say, for example, e, then it's more or less doing the same, but then it's cutting also there at 1 and just going a little bit like this. Okay, but it's all cutting at 1 and they just look at the shape. So this is y equals e to the power of x. But if I put the exponent negative, then it's going to give me a sketch like this. Can I just show? It's just a reflection in the y-axis. Okay, so basically this will then be y equals 2 to the power negative x, and that will be the same with this. So if you have this picture, and this is on page 415 in my textbook, then I think this was an easy question. Okay, the only thing is that, okay, so let's start with this e to the power negative x. I'm just going to draw. But what you can do first is you can quickly just mark your because I will just show you quickly. So, okay, say this, use your ruler. This is 1, 2, 3. Now, if you want to see where this one cuts, okay, then it's actually just times 3. It's not going to cut at 1 at 3. But let me just show you. When you want to see where it cuts, okay, let's just, just before I start with my drawing. So y equals 3e to the power x. That story, if you want to see where it cuts the y-axis, make x 0. So if you're going to say 3e to the power 0, remember anything to the power of 0 is 1. So it's going to just cut at 3. So basically it's just going to cut there, but the shape will be the same. Okay, so if we start with this one, now instead of it's not the positive, it's going to be the negative. So this one is going to, say for example, be like this. Okay, so this is going to be y is equal to e to the power negative x. Now, they said coordinates. Now, if I see in the exam report, they just put the 1. They didn't put coordinate, but I think you should put. If they said coordinates, they didn't say y-intercept. Then put rather 0, 1. That will be 100% correct. Okay, so this one, instead of, if it was, can I just show you? If it was y equals e to the power of x, it would have been just the reflection in the y-axis. But now, due to the fact that it's just times with 3, it's exactly the same, but it's just now moving up 3 units. Okay, so this one will basically just be like, okay, so let's just do it like this. And they just look at the shape, okay? if I want to, I don't even think it's necessary to put an arrow there. So it's y equals 3 e to the power of x, and that coordinate is 0 and 3. Okay, we will now look at it. So that's all. So if you were having this memorized and you have that picture in your mind, I think then it would have been very easy. Okay, and then the next question, they are saying calculate the exact x coordinate of the point where the two graphs intersect. That's very important, exact. I'll come to that word now. Okay, so basically, let me first, I always like writing first the equations down to make sure I'm copying it correctly. That was the two equations. Okay, where they intersect, then I must substitute the one into the other one. I must put it equal to each other. So 3 e to the power of x is e to the power negative x. Okay, so basically, if I want this one to become a positive, I can just I will show you e to the power of x, and it's 1 over e to the power of x. Let's just get it. Just take it from the top to the bottom. Okay. Now, I think the best is make this also a fraction. You have one term equals one term, so you can cross multiply. So you can basically say 3 e to the power x times e to the power x is equal to 1. Okay, now don't forget that if the bases are the same, you add the exponents. So it's 3 e to the power 2x, and that's equal to 1. And then I divide 3 and I divide by 3. So e to the power of 2x is equal to a third. Okay, but now I'm looking for x. So now instead, I'm having now this. Now, instead to make x the subject of the formula. Now, let's go from index notation to log or ln. Remember, the base is e, so it's ln. So let's just make ln. Remember, the base is e. You don't have to write it. So 1/3 is equal to 2x. I swap that two parts. I swap this and this. Did you see that? And then I can basically just divide 2. So I'm just swapping the sides now. So x equals ln, or a half. I can just put the half in front. So it's a half ln a third. Now, this is very important. They don't want you to work it out on a calculator. Okay, it's like I'm a little bit high there. The reason why is they set exact. That's what they want. As soon as you take a calculator, it's not going to be exact anymore. So that is my final answer. X is equal to a half ln a third. Okay. Now, let's go to the exam report. On the exam report, question 8, they said this was poorly answered. Teachers must teach the candidates the basic shapes of the graphs, as well as their transformations. The candidates who attempt to use table mostly got the shape of the graph wrong. So exponential as well as log graphs, just know the basics. Candidates need to realize that they had to draw a decreasing exponential graph and an increasing exponential graph. Both graphs had to be seen as smooth curves in the first and in the second quadrants. Care, let's go on, must be taken that the graphs do not touch the x-axis. Graphs may not start turning up again as they approach the x-axis. So it's very important that they don't, that point there, and I think I first and then it's not turning. You can put arrows there. I did not, but I think rather put arrows to show that it's continue. Okay, and start as they approach the x-axis. The x-axis is the asymptote of both graphs. It was seen at times that candidates wrongly drew an additional asymptote. Okay, so now, in this case, the asymptotes did not move. So this was for the correct shape. So this one, and this one, and then it cuts. It's just as I said on the report, I prefer that because they said coordinates, make 0, 3 and 0, 1. So correct y-intercept seen. So, okay. So they were not so strict, but I think in the other year they can be more strict. So correct shape, and that was this picture I got. Then number B, moderately answered. Most candidates realize they need to solve simultaneous equations. Most of them fail to convert this to 1. So remember, to get an exponent, positive, if it's on the numerator, you take it to the denominator, and if it's in the denominator, you take it to the numerator. Okay, then use the exponential laws. The candidates who opt to take logs on both sides after the initial step very often fail to use the log laws correctly. Okay, so they have two methods here. I think this is the one that we used, okay? Or they have the other method. It's the take logs on both sides. I think it's a bit more challenging, but maybe for some of you, you prefer this. And the multiplication rule correctly. Okay, so that's what they did there. And then just take note. I just want to show you on that last step. Okay, they bring that to the front. Then they divide. But just, did you see the difference? This is a third and this is 3. So if it's a third, there was a positive in front. And if it's a 3, then the negative was in front. Okay, but both was taken as correct. Question number 9. It is given that x is an acute angle, underline, measured in radians, such that 2 sec square x minus 3 tan x equals 22. Find the value of tan x, not x, tan x. Okay, so where will we find this? In the y equals mx plus c mathematics textbook. We will find it on, it's a trig equation, and let's just say it's a trig, further trigonometry equation. And you can look on page 198, example 47, as well as try now 47. Okay, so find the value of tan. So first I'm going to rewrite it. 2 sec square x minus 3 tan x equals 22. Okay, now I must replace our identity, but let me go to the formula sheet before I show you the identity. It's on the formula sheet. So go to, I think it's here. Okay, do you see there? Okay, let me just make it a little bit bigger. So sec squared theta, but then please don't replace theta. Now the question states x. So instead of writing theta, you will just say 1 plus tan squared x. The identity is equal to sec squared x. Okay, so let's go back to the question. Okay, so basically, as I said to you, let's just write it here. I said that 2 in the place of sec squared x, I'm going to just write tan squared x plus 1 is equal to sec squared x minus 3 tan x. Okay, bring over the 22, subtract 22, and that's equal to 0. So 2 tan squared x plus 2 minus 3 tan x minus 22 is equal to 0. Okay, I simplify. So 2 tan squared x minus 3 tan x minus 20 is equal to 0. Okay, now I factorize. Now if I factorize, let's just see, it's going to be 5 and 4 and 2 and 1. That's group B. So if you have 8, subtract 5, because it's subtraction, you will get that 3. And the signs will be different and the biggest over cross will get a negative, and this will get a positive. Okay, so basically I will just have 2 tan x, so I just put there a tan x and a tan x, like that middle part, plus 5, and then tan x minus 4 is equal to 0. So 2 tan x plus 5 equals 0, and tan x minus 4 is equal to 0. So 2 tan x equals negative 5. Let's just complete this one. So tan x equals negative 5 over 2. And this one is tan x is equal to 4. So there's two options now. But I go back. It's an acute angle. Now where is tan? If you think of the cos diagram, where is tan positive? Tan is positive there, and tan is positive there. Okay, so if it's acute, due to the fact that tan x is an acute angle, we can only be, so, but it's an acute angle, there it will be obtuse, there it will be reflex, so therefore, so this will be not applicable, so therefore, tan x is equal to 4. Question number B. Using your value of tan x in part A, find the exact value of tan x plus 3/4 pi. Okay, now this is again a compound angle. So you can find an example. So it's a compound angle formula. So on page 449, example 12, that will help you. Okay, but let's first go again to the formula sheet to help us with the compound angle. Okay, so I just want to show you on the formula sheet where we will find that angle. I think it's also here. So just check here. So it's tan, okay, because that's what we're going to be, x plus b. So, okay, but just look, because that was plus. So on top, it will follow so it's tan A plus tan B, but at the bottom, if it's plus, and then it's 1 minus tan A, tan B. Okay, so don't make a mistake. The formula sheet can help you. So let's just go back. Okay, so I'm basically going to say, so it's going to be tan. Let's just first write it down. I always like to do that. Okay, now I'm going to use that compound angle. So it's going to be tan x plus tan 3/4 pi over 1 minus, it's the minus road, tan x tan 3/4 pi. Okay. Now, if I must replace this, now first, if it's coming to 3/4, you can again, as I said previously, you can look at the special angle in unit circle. But I want to also show you. Now, just a simple one. Okay, so this is with a quarter or pi over 4. So let's just first go to that one also. If it's pi over 4, it's special angles. You can look there on page 169. Okay, but can I just show you first the pi over 4? Okay, so this one works like this. It's 1 and it's 1. There's the 90. And this is equal. And then this is 45, 45. 45 is pi over 4. Pi over 4. And I find this long one by Pythagoras theorem, so it's square root 2. Then don't forget also on your cos diagram. Okay, can I just show you? This is 0. my pen. Okay, this is 0. This is pi. So this is pi over 2. Okay, and then this one is 3/4 pi. Okay, so it's 270. So it's not 3/4. If you said 3, this is a half. So 3/4. This will be more than pi. So it's basically not working there. But can I just, and you will see it on that special angle. Just see that it's in this quadrant. Can I just put a line there? So basically, that 3/4 pi will be in this quadrant. Just remember it there. So if you think of the cost diagram, you will still work with these values. It's just to see if there must be a negative involved or not. Now, if you see tan is positive here, tan is positive here, and tan is positive here. Okay, but tan in this quadrant, so tan is negative, and in this quadrant, tan is negative. So I will work with that values. I will just bring in the negative. Okay, but let's just start. So I have that tan x is equal to 4. So I can basically now go and say 4 plus. Now I just know tan, I know it's a cotan. I'm standing there. It's opposite over, it's 1. But because it's in this quadrant, it's going to be -1. And that's all. So that's what the special, it's just showing, it's just bringing the cost in, still working with the special angles, but just see if it's going to be a negative or a positive, depending on the cost, where it's positive and negative. Okay, so 1 minus, and then this is again 4, and again it's a 3/4, so it's again -1. So I'm going to just end up by saying 4 plus, okay, or 4 minus 1, let's rather take it directly. So 4 minus 1, and this is 1 plus 4, and so 4 minus 1, it's 3, 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. So the final answer is 3/5. Let's go to the exam report. So on the exam report, question 9, it was moderately answered. It was unfortunately seen too often that candidates use the identity given on the formula sheet wrongly. So it doesn't help it stand there and you don't know how to use it. So make use of the formula sheet in the class so that you get used to what stands there and how to apply it. Once again, some candidates only wrote answers for solving the quadratic equation and not the working, factorization or substitution into the quadratic formula. This resulted in the loss of marks, as working is marked at all times. Very important, always show your working. If candidates want to use substitution for the disguised quadratics, so may not be tan x is x, but use a k, but not a x. It must be a different variable. Many of the candidates who found the correct two values for tan x failed to conclude with only the positive value of tan x. So it's due to the acute. Some candidates did not read the question properly and also calculated the angles. Okay. And then question B is moderately answered. Some candidates wrongly attempt to just substitute the angle value from part A and then use their calculator to find the solution. The question clearly stated that they had to use tan x. Many candidates could apply the tan compound angles correctly. Those who failed to select a positive tan x in part often use both their tan x values in part B. Okay, so let's see where they gave you the marks. So by substituting that formula in, you got a mark. Okay, then factorizing correctly, and then if you choose that one, tan x equals 4. And then this one, the formula again, and then substituting correctly, and then again your final answer.
Exam tips.
Let's check your answers.
Easy.
My answer is x equals 10.
But you didn't show any work, and your answer is wrong.
I solved it step by step, subtracting 5 from both sides, dividing by 2. Oh no, I miscalculated. The correct answer should be x equals 5.
That's right, Anna. Your answer is incorrect. But you used the correct method, so you'll still get 1 mark. Upi, you didn't show any steps, so you get 0 marks. Lesson learned.
A correct method can score a mark, even if an answer is wrong.